When you go to develop a relationship with a non-Muslim, the purpose should be to help, the purpose should be to respect, the purpose should be to demonstrate piety, to demonstrate peace, to demonstrate cooperation, to be a prophet of peace, to let them know that Islam is a beautiful religion. But what is going on today is we are the ones who are giving Islam a bad name.
Exactly, distorting the image of Islam.
Yes. An Islam of bombing, an Islam of creating hatred, an Islam of stealing, an Islam of committing adultery, an Islam of living with a non-Muslim for 2 days, he hates you. That is not the message that the Prophet ﷺ told us. Now the limits of this ayah, the Holy Quran is saying this here, that Allah does not forbid you to deal justly and kindly with those who fought not against you on accounts of religion, and did not drive you out of your homes. Verily Allah loves those who deal with equity. It is only regard to those who take you out of religion or help others to take you out of your homes. Allah forbids you to befriend them. And as long as you live with a non-Muslim who does not fight you in your religion, Allah says you have to be kind and just. Not only to be just, but to be kind. To just mean to give each what is entitled to. But to be kind means to give more than what he is entitled to. Allah says, if you live with a non-Muslim who is not fighting you in your religion, you have to be kind and just. If he now fights you for your religion, now here where the problems start. You cannot befriending anybody who fights you for your religion. Are you a Muslim? Yes. Then okay, I don't want to talk to you. Are you a Muslim? Yes. Then that man is not your friend, and you cannot befriend him. But as long as he allows you to live in peace, then you have to deal justly and kindly with them. And then another verse, Allah is saying that there is no compulsion in religion, meaning that you should not compel anybody to religion. And another verse, Allah is saying, وَإِذَا خَاطَبَهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا سَلَامًا. There are people who, whenever somebody is aggressing them, when somebody is insulting them, their response will be salam, peace.
Exactly.
This is very nice. So that's why to deal justly and kindly with them. However, there are 3 demarcations also between a Muslim and a non-Muslim. General demarcations. Demarcation 1 is you and a non-Muslim live in this world in peace because you have to develop it. And when the relationship is going to be strained, let make sure that it doesn't come from you. A Muslim should always show good example. Whenever something bad happens, when they ask, make sure that you are shy that it comes from you. Who does it? It's from a Muslim. You have to fight that. That is why the demarcations here, you have to deal with a non-Muslim with justice and kindness as far as it is in this world. The demarcation line is between this world and the next world, I suppose. Between this life and death.
And the hereafter.
The Prophet ﷺ is telling us in the Quran, وَمَا كَانَ اسْتِغْفَارُ إِبْرَاهِيمَ عَنْ أَبِيهِ إِلَّا عَنْ مَوْعِدَةٍ وَعَدَهَا إِيَّاهُ فَلَمَّا تَبَيَّنَ أَنَّهُ عَدُوٌّ لِلَّهِ تَبَرَّأَ مِنْهُ إِنَّ إِبْرَاهِيمَ لَأَوَّاهٌ عَلِيمٌ. Ibrahim, his father was not a Muslim. And in fact, he was an idol maker. Ibrahim tried, it didn't work. And Ibrahim
brought him into Islam.
Yes, he tried to bring him into Islam, it didn't work. Ibrahim promised that I am going to pray for him. Then, after his demise, because he was very just to him, very kind to him in this world, when the world ends, Ibrahim made a mistake of moving with him to the next world. And the demarcation line between you and a non-Muslim is this world, because this is the world that you share. And you have to do good with them in this world, because the next world belongs to Allah, and they may not be happy for you to even join them there, because you share this world completed with him, and then when it is that when he dies, make sure that you stop there. Ibrahim was doing this astaghfirullah. Allah said, when Ibrahim realized that the father insisted on his disbelief, Ibrahim stopped, because Ibrahim understands the red lines. The red line between a Muslim and a non-Muslim is between life and death. The same thing happened to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His father also. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam promised somebody istighfar. Allah said, even if you make istighfar 70 times, I will not forgive him. In tastaghfir lahum 70 marra falan yaghfir Allahu lahum. Allah says to him, if you ask me to forgive him 70 times, I will not. Why? Because you are now making a mistake of crossing the red line.
Exactly.
Because you did something very good with them. The Prophet ﷺ was as good as, he was better than anybody to the non-Muslims. He mortgaged his war attire to a Jewish merchant in Medina. When even Muslim merchants were there, meaning that he conducted business with them.
Yes, but then with them was really excellent.
When a Jew died, Allah said, no, now you cannot move now that relationship of this world, the next world. If you seek forgiveness for 70 times, I will not forgive. Because that is my domain. That's not your domain.
Right, exactly.
Then the Prophet interprets.
You have your limitations.
Yes. The Prophet ﷺ interprets 70 and say, oh, Allah said 70. Maybe if I do 72, it will accept. Is it? The Prophet ﷺ? Because he had the mercy.
He was so merciful.
So merciful. One day, also a Jewish child was going to die, and he came and said, Qul ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa anni rasulullah. Wallahi. And then the child looked at his father, and then the father looked at him and said, say what Abba Qasim asked you to say. And then the child said, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu annaka rasulullah, and then died. The Prophet said, alhamdulillah. And then he thanked Allah for saving that child. Look at him.
I understand he also tried that with Abu Talib.
Yes,
but it didn't work.
It didn't work. So meaning that Allah tell him, look, the red line is this wall. Don't move with them to the next wall. So the Prophet now interprets 70 to mean, oh, maybe if I do 72. Then he went and prayed after one of the hypocrites, Ubay ibn Salul. The Prophet now scolded him. He said, لا تصلي على أحد منهم مات أبدا ولا تقم على قبره. Don't pray after anybody of them, and don't stand in their graveyard. Why? Because you are now crossing the red line. Because you are now supporting them in this world, giving them 100% support, 100 support mercy, 100 support cooperation, 100 support whatever. But then when they die, let them be with me. That's my domain. That is why I say too, there are many ahadiths which are very difficult to understand if you do not read it against the background of the red line. The Prophet ﷺ said in the hadith that don't seek for mercy when they die. He said that, meaning that you can go to their funeral, but don't say, Allah, please, have mercy on them. This is what the Prophet said. Why? Because when you say have mercy on them now, you are now crossing the red line. Because you did what you are supposed to do in this world. Now allow Allah to do his job. Maybe Allah will take them to paradise. Allah will take them to Allah knows. But now don't go with them. Another thing is that he said in hadith also that don't start assalamu alaikum with a non-Muslim. He said that in a hadith. In a very, 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 very authentic hadith.
What if the person says assalamu alaikum to you?
He said wa alayka. Why?
If the non-Muslim
said assalamu alaikum.
Some do it, some non-Muslims do it.
He said,
he
also answered that. He said when he said assalamu alaikum, said wa alayka. Is what he said. Yes. Why? Because what happened, Islam must be interpreted against the environment. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there were this group of Jews who used to tell him assalamu alayka. They didn't say assalamu alayka.
Just like how some Muslims will say Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, that's not dangerous. Assalamu alaikum means peace be unto you. But the Jewish community developed these tactics of insulting him through language that are very close to Arabic language. Assalamu alaikum means poison be unto you.
Unto you.
He was passing and insulting the Prophet and asking Allah to destroy the Prophet. He said Assalamu alaikum. So some of the companions who were around him, they understood. Even Aisha was there, and Aisha was very angry. And then the Prophet, they wanted to fight this guy. The Prophet said, no,
don't. Yeah.
He said the best thing is to say wa alayk.
Wa alayka, you stop that.
Yes, and unto you. You see? That is why, that is number one. The second thing is that sometimes when you tell them assalamu alaikum, they don't like it. Because there are many non-Muslims who take salam as the symbol of Islam. They prefer you telling them good morning.
Good morning, yeah.
They prefer you telling them good evening.
Good afternoon.
So he is saying that, he is not saying that you cannot greet them. He said greet them even before they greet you. But greet them with what they are accustomed to. Greet them with what they like you to greet them with. When somebody passes and say good morning, you can say good morning.
Good morning.
Because that is what they like. Don't express Islamic symbols to them because they don't like it. That's one thing. The second